What if I told you that your salary, the number on your paycheck every month, was never meant to make you wealthy? What if I told you it was designed from the ground up to keep you exactly where you are, not starving, not thriving, just working? You wake up, you go to work, you get paid. You pay your bills, you save a little maybe, and then you do it again. For decades. And at the end of it all, you look around and realize you're not actually ahead. You think it's your fault? You think you're bad with money? You think you just need to work harder? But what if the system was rigged before you ever got your first paycheck? What if your salary was never designed to set you free but to keep you dependent? Let me show you how it works. Let's go back to the beginning. Not your beginning. The beginning of the modern salary system. The Industrial Revolution. Late 1800s. Before this, most people didn't have jobs in the way we think of them today. They were farmers, craftsmen, traders, self-employed. They owned their time. They owned their output. But when factories emerged, something changed. Business owners needed workers. Lots of them, but they had a problem. How do you get people to leave their farms, their shops, their independence, and work in a factory for 12 hours a day? You pay them? Not enough to get rich. Just enough to survive. Just enough to come back tomorrow. This was the birth of the wage system, and it was brilliant. Because it created a new kind of person, the employee, someone who trades time for money, who depends on a paycheck, can't afford to stop working. And here's the key. The salary was never designed to build wealth. It was designed to extract labor, to keep you productive, to keep you compliant, to keep you coming back, and that system, it's still here. It's just evolved. Let's talk about your salary right now. Let's say you make $50,000 a year. Sounds decent, right? But let's break it down. First, taxes. Federal income tax, state tax, Social Security, Medicare. By the time the government takes its cut, you're left with about $37,000. Then come the essentials. Rent or mortgage, $1,200 a month. That's $14,400 a year. Food, $400 a month. That's $4,800 a year. Transportation, $300 a month. Gas, car payment, insurance, that's $3,600 a year. Utilities, phone, internet, $200 a month. That's $2,400 a year. Healthcare, if you're lucky enough to have it, $200 a month in premiums and co-pays. That's $2,400 a year. Add it up. You're at $27,600 in basic expenses. That leaves you with about $9,400 for the entire year. For everything else, clothes, emergencies, savings, entertainment, debt payments, $783 a month. Now try to save for retirement. Try to buy a house. Try to start a business. You can't, not really, because your salary was designed to cover your expenses and nothing more. It keeps you alive, it keeps you working, but it doesn't set you free. And here's the darker part. This isn't an accident. Let's talk about why your salary doesn't grow the way it should. From the 1940s to the 1970s, wages in America grew with productivity. If workers produced more, they earned more. The economy grew, and workers shared in that growth. But something changed in the 1970s. Productivity kept rising, but wages, they flatlined. Today, the average worker is nearly twice as productive as a worker in 1970, but their wages adjusted for inflation have barely moved. Where did all that extra value go? To the top, CEO pay has increased by over 1,000% since 1978. Worker pay? About 12%. Corporate profits? Record highs. Stock buybacks? Billions of dollars every quarter. Meanwhile, you're told there's no budget for raises. Why? Because the system is designed to extract maximum value from your labor while paying you the minimum necessary to keep you working. It's not personal, it's structural. Think about it. If you got paid what you were actually worth, if your salary matched the value you created, you'd have leverage, you'd have savings, you'd have options, you'd have power. They want you dependent on the next paycheck. They want you to tired to look for something better. They want you to afraid of losing your job to ask for more, because a dependent worker is a compliant worker. Now you might be thinking, but I get raises. My salary goes up every year. Does it? Let's say you get a 3% raise this year. Sounds good, right? But inflation is running at 5%. It means your purchasing power just went down by 2%. You've got a raise on paper, but you're actually poorer. And this happens every year. Your salary goes up just enough to make you feel like you're moving forward, but prices rise faster. Rent, food, gas, healthcare, everything costs more. And your raise doesn't keep up. This is by design. Because inflation benefits the people who control the money supply, governments, banks, corporations. They get to spend the new money first, before prices rise. You get it last, after it's already lost value. So you work harder, you ask for more hours, you take on side gigs, and you still fall behind, because the game is rigged. Your salary is designed to keep you running on a treadmill, always moving, never arriving. Here's what most people don't understand. The wealthy don't rely on salaries, they own assets. It's real estate, stocks, businesses, intellectual property, things that generate income without trading time for money. Things that appreciate in value. It's things that compound. Think about it. If you make $50,000 a year from a salary, you have to work every year to earn that $50,000. But if you own $1 million in assets that return 5%, annually you make $50,000 without working at all. And the next year, still have the $1 million plus the income? That's the difference between earning and owning. Salaries are earned income. You trade time for money. Assets are passive income. They work for you. And here's the kicker. The tax system is designed to favor asset owners over salary earners. If you make $50,000 from a salary, you pay income tax. The highest rate. If you make $50,000 from stock gains or real estate, you pay capital gains tax. Much lower. The system rewards ownership and punishes labor, because the people who designed the system are the owners. But there's another trap, a psychological one. Let's say you do get a big raise, or a promotion. Your salary jumps from $50,000 to $70,000. What happens? Those people immediately increase their spending. They move to a nicer apartment. They buy a nicer car. They eat out more. This is called lifestyle inflation. It's the reason why people making $100,000 a year often feel just as broke as people making $40,000. Because they scale their expenses to match their income. They never build a gap, never accumulate. And the system encourages this. Advertisements, social pressure, status symbols. You're told that success means spending, that you deserve the nicer things. And maybe you do. But every dollar you spend is a dollar you don't own. And if you never own anything, you'll always need the salary, which keeps you dependent, which keeps you working forever. This isn't just happening in one industry or one country. It's everywhere. Teachers, nurses, engineers, retail workers. Salaries have stagnated while costs have exploded. In Japan, salaries have been flat for 30 years. In the UK, real wages are lower than they were in 2008. In the US, the median household income adjusted for inflation is roughly the same as it was in 1999. Meanwhile, housing costs have doubled, education costs have tripled, healthcare is through the roof. The salary system is failing everywhere because it was never designed to create wealth for workers. It was designed to create stability for employers, to ensure a steady supply of labor, to keep people working, spending, and dependent. So what do? Here are 3 things you need to understand. 1. A salary is not a path to wealth. It's a tool for survival, for stability, for paying bills. But if you want to build real wealth, you need to own things. Assets, businesses, investments, things that grow in value, things that generate income without your time. 2. Every dollar you save is a step toward freedom. The gap between what you earn and what you spend is the only thing that matters. If you earn $50,000 and spend $50,000, you're trapped. If you earn $50,000 and spend $40,000, you have options. That $10,000 is your escape hatch. 3. The system will not change unless you do. Employers will not voluntarily pay you more. Inflation will not stop. Costs will not go down. Your only leverage is knowledge and action. Learn how money works. Invest. Build skills that create value outside of a salary. Because waiting for the system to reward you, it's a losing game. Here's the hard truth. Most people will work their entire lives and never escape the salary trap. It's not because they're lazy, not because they're stupid, but because the system is designed to keep them there. And the people who benefit from your labor, corporations, banks, governments, have no incentive to change it. They want you dependent. They want you compliant. They want you tired to question it. But you don't have to accept it. You can see the game for what it is. You can play differently. You can choose to save instead of spend, to own instead of rent, to build instead of consume. It won't be easy. The system is designed to resist you, but it's possible. And the first step, understanding that your salary was never designed to set you free. It was designed to keep you working. The question is, what are you going to do about it? If this video made you see your paycheck differently, share it. Because most people think they're just bad with money. They don't realize the game was rigged from the start. Subscribe if you want more content that exposes how the financial system really works, and drop a comment. What's your salary story? Are you building wealth or just surviving? Let's talk about it. Thanks for watching. Remember, your salary was designed to keep you poor. But knowledge? Now that's the only thing they can't take away.